We're live. Okay, so
Hey,
yeah,
what about
so yeah, everybody's hopping in and yeah, really excited for everybody to be hopping in here.
let's
Hello
go,
everybody.
everybody.
Wow, there's so many people hopping in right now. This is amazing. It's good to see you guys. Happy Saturday. Way to get a
Saturday.
Saturday started. So Chad, where in the world are you? I know we got to play like where in the world is Chad San Diego, right?
Yes, yes. Usually that is the question of the day. I am in San Diego, so drinking a little yerba mate. Switched
Excellent.
switched my caffeine resource recently, and man, mate. I used to be in Buenos Aires for a little while, and
Mhm.
just the taste of mate makes my body definitely smile. So
You just like taste it and you're already going. Like as
yeah,
soon as
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. I'm already driving. I'm already like on the choo-choo train.
That's awesome. Hey
How about
everybody,
you?
it can again give us a shout out in chat if you can hear us. Let us know where you're from, and it's really exciting to see so many awesome people here. Some just house notes and things is we do have a really cool tool in Zoom. It's called Question and Answer. So hey, Coach Kevin from Portland. So if you have burning questions as they're going through this. Thank you, Amelia. She says that she can hear us clearly. Wow. Wow, Dr. Amanda, you just landed and you're already on? Like, well, way to kick off your Saturday. Um, but yeah, as you guys are going through this, I'm sure you're going to have questions. There's a really cool question and answer tool here. Of course, you can ask them in chat, and Chad and I can see those questions, and we'll be able to get them answered. Or feel free to use the question and answer tool, and we can kind of pull your question up on screen and do it that way. So yeah. Oh, you're very welcome. With someone, Kira said, thanks so much for putting together this webinar. Absolutely, we're here to give you guys some superpowers. So we'll be Chad and I guess, are your radioactive spider for today. So hopefully we'll walk out of here feeling like Spider-Man, but probably more like Iron Man. So and the reference will make sense here in just a minute once we get started. So we're just going to wait until about 12:05 before we start, as I see more and more participants hopping in here. But yeah, letting us know where you guys are calling in from. Also, let us know, are you guys using AI? Or, like, is that something that you guys are using on a daily basis? Is it something that's, pretty new to you? I know I'm using it every day. I know Chad, you're using it every day. We're using it so much we kind of made our own, but I don't want to get ahead of kind of get ahead of ourselves there. So yeah,
Can
yeah,
you guys hear me
awesome.
okay, by the way? I know my internet was a little choppy before, but we got it back online.
Yeah, no, yeah, you coming in loud and clear, loud and clear. Thank you, Alan. Yeah, Sarah, I see you using it every day. Ellen using it via Health app. Alkis. Hey, Alkis, how's it going, buddy?
Real question is,
Yeah,
where is
Alkis.
Alchemist? Right?
Yeah, where
That's
where in the world is Alkis? We gotta pull. Yeah, he says, yes, we can hear you, Top G. So yeah, we'll definitely need to get Alkis in here. Wow, even more participants hopping in. So I'm glad we're hanging tight here for just a second as everybody's getting in. We're gonna get started here in just a minute. Hope everybody did their homework. I know that getting into Zoom too can always be challenge, right? Like
it can
I'll
always.
always have challenges, right? Getting into Zoom, getting Zoom going, and so yeah, hopefully they'll make it even easier. Coach Kevin's using Whoop. I know Chad's a Aura Ring fan himself. Yeah, I used to be a Whoop fan.
I like the Whoop. I mean, now they have their own AI, which looks very interesting.
Yep, yep. I don't know. Might need to switch teams over there.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
See what's going on. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get started here in just a minute. Okay, so Sarah's not using it at all yet. Awesome. Well, we'll definitely be showing you some tips and tricks on how to use AI for you. And so really excited, Sarah, to introduce you to AI. It looks like there's a couple of other people in here as well that have never
Yeah, and if
used
you're
AI
not using
before.
it, that's okay. Because most people honestly aren't. Like you guys being on this webinar, you're like at the top of the top of the top of the percentage. There's not a huge percentage, even though we're hearing AI everywhere. The reality is most people have no idea really what it is, and or are not using it. The majority of people still. So you're still super early And I mean, you're exceptionally early, and yeah, we're super excited to bring you our take and how to really use it, the right way, versus the distraction way, which can happen pretty easily.
Yeah, which again is a perfect segue into why are you here today? What are we here to do? What's the purpose of this? And so we're here, guys, because we see all of this happening, right? We see all of this, AI happening, and we see what's going on in the world. And so, Chad, from your end, like, what are you seeing? Like, what are you seeing going on in the world as far as AI?
Well, I mean, as we can see this, even if you look at like Moore's Law, like with technology, it's not just doubling every 4 years. Like the speed of technology and adaptation is happening faster than we've ever seen. And so, that is shifting a lot of different paradigms and perspectives, obviously with work, with yourself. And, it's something that there's no other technological advancement besides AI that could even compete. And so the opportunities are absolutely unbelievable. And, I think the missed opportunities as well. And that's why, we're putting our flag in the ground, because this is the time, with the world the way that it is, like we need to go back into our own selves and our own resources and realize how to mine our own data,
Hmm.
to become our own superhuman, because that's the way to thrive, to compete, and to have the life that we want. And so, yeah, it's really perfect timing, even though sometimes the world is like, oh, there's so much fear, there's so much hope too. And that's what's exciting. There's so much coming up for us that we can really use.
Yeah, no, well said, Chad. And that's what's so cool is like what's happening in the world right now is exactly what happened in the world, a couple decades ago with the internet, right? Is like, what if somebody stopped you, like grabbed you by the shoulders and was like, the internet revolution is happening. Get on it, right? Like that's exactly like that's what this is, right? That's the radioactive spider
Hate
bite,
the
right?
thunder.
Shaking our audience, going, guys, do not miss this. Like, we're not gonna let you miss this, which I'll talk about in a minute. But that's what's happening right now. It's like we're at the dawn of such an incredible revolution, and it's honestly like it's kind of scary. It can be really really scary because Bloomberg actually recently released a study that said over 300 million jobs are going to be affected by AI, which is it's a lot of jobs. And these are the industries that they were saying are most likely to be heavily, heavily, heavily affected. Of course, there's jobs like mining and things like that that you're not seeing, and being a contractor, so like manual labor, those kinds of jobs are not so much being affected in a negative sense. Of course, both of those could probably be really impacted in a positive way. But if you're in any of these categories, then you really need to prepare yourself.
Yeah, I
Really,
know. I mean, this is just a small. I mean, you think about voicing, voices and assistants and office managers and any data analysts, and I mean, almost everything, even models.
oh
Physical
yeah, oh my goodness.
beings, because you can just basically get their likeness and create something that's just so it's real people, right? Real image, like gone, right? Licensing image. I mean, because they can create generative. So I mean, almost anything you can think of, almost anything is affected. I mean, almost anything. And so it's like we're giving you these facts, but you have to realize how fast things are happening and
Yeah,
how the world financial system and also all the intertwining of data and internet is changing.
exactly. And so with that same study, they were saying up to two-thirds of jobs in the US are affected. So that's like that's a lot of people. And so what this is creating is it's creating a gap, right? It's creating an AI gap, the people that are using AI and the people that aren't using AI. And so it's just like the internet, right? Or a calculator is like if I'm using a calculator and my buddy's not, like, okay, he's got, unless he's really, 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 really good, which is highly likely, especially for the caliber of people on this call right now. They're gonna be amazing individuals, but you're gonna get left behind, right? It's like you not having a website for your business and then everybody else having a website, right? Just like the internet revolution, it's creating this gap of people that are using it and aren't using it. Any thoughts on that, Chad?
Yeah, I mean basically with everything that, and I've always kind of been an early adopter, but you see this this big growth curve that kind of happens, and it's happening now. And I remember when AI first came out, it was like I saw a lot of my friend networks, business owners running with it, and I mean, a lot of them more profitable, better outcomes, and
Oh,
they're like, we don't even need to be a huge team anymore. And so I've noticed that throughout my career, it's like people that are able to grab the new information and grab new resources before other people. There's obviously a massive gap, and now it's probably going to be bigger than ever because we're tapping into such gold. I mean, it's other intelligence that can replace 90% of companies. Like that's
mm-hmm.
what we're tapping into. We've never been able to tap into such a wealth of not just information, but like action with information, integration of information. So this infrastructure is being built as we speak. And so yeah, it's definitely time to think about that.
No, it really, 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 really is. Because we're seeing on one end of the gap, people are 10xing their businesses, super profitable, like massive wealth being created literally overnight, and then people literally losing their jobs. All of Hollywood going on strike, people in the like taking to the streets. And so the real question is which side of the gap? Like, what are you guys going to do about that, right? Like, what side of the gap are you guys going to be on? And I'll tell you our opinion on that, which is nobody gets left behind. And so that's why we hosted this webinar, is for all of you. We do not want you to get left behind. And so that's why we're here today. So what's really interesting is when it comes to everything that's happening in the news right now, you're hearing this doom and gloom, you're happy, you're hearing about jobs being lost, you're hearing about the AI gap that we just talked to, like everything we just talked about. And it is scary. And I see, Kira in chat right now saying, yes, it's scary just trying to keep up on it all. And it is really scary. And so, but what's really cool about this is what they're not saying is, once you are using AI, just like Iron Man is like, what made Iron Man? It was his cranium, right? His big old head, a little bit of some family money, and even most importantly, is having access to an AI that helped him build his suits of armor so that he could go toe to toe, with the biggest, baddest, monsters and other superheroes out there, right? Once you have Jarvis, right? Once you have that AI, you can literally do anything. And that's why I love Iron Man, and that's why, like, again, really really spoke to me. And so that's our goal here today, is coming off of this is to give you access to some really cool tools and walk through what it takes to become a superhero, because this we want everybody off of this, or at least in the next couple of months to be walking around like you've got Jarvis, you've got superpowers, and you're getting it done. You're on the fun side, the wealth side, the success side, the happy relationships, the love side of that gap, not in the left behind, struggling side of that gap.
When we say superpowers, it's really being able to tap into your own powers, because obviously, we all believe different things, but our potential is really, really typically a lot more a lot bigger than when we realize, right? It's like we all have this potential inside of us. When we look at the AI gap, it's really like your own potential gap. Where are you
Yep,
playing in your own potential? And how can we use tools like we do with anything, right? As an
yep,
athlete, tools, as in work, we use tools. So with ourselves, how do we mine our data and get some intelligent system to actually help us to increase our potential? And what would that look like if you were living more of your potential? And I think a lot of people, we feel that. We feel that in our soul sometimes, this like disharmony when we're not fully showing up, or when we know there's some left in the gas tank, and I keep going back to an athlete because I used to play competitively, and I always knew when there was like this, I'd always feel the worst if I left something behind, right? Whereas like,
yep.
oh, I left part of my, like I didn't fully give, or I could have done, like, wow, I just didn't give fully everything. And that's the piece that excites me about becoming a superhero, because you're actually becoming more of who you are and tapping into that part of yourself. And that's the opportunity we have, which is super exciting.
Yeah, and so this is exact. Let's get actionable here. Let's go through the 7 steps to becoming a superhero with AI. Let's like get down brass tacks, actionable steps that you can start doing today to do that. And so, what's step one, right? Is it writing the perfect prompt, right? You see this all the time, like, oh, you need to write the perfect prompt. That's not what this is about. This is about what Chad's talking about, which is unlocking your potential, because that's where the magic is if everybody's looking out there looking at AI and what everybody else is doing and these cool prompts, that's not going to really help you become a superhero. It'll be fun for a second. You'll get that nice dopamine kick of being able to, I don't know, talk to Elon for a second, even though it's not really Elon. And it can be fun, but it's not going to give you superpowers. It's not going to help level you up. And so that's, again, with these 7 steps, that's what we want to dig into. So step number one is exactly what Chad was talking about, which is alignment with who you are and how you're actually wired. So I sent everybody some homework before this. We did, and we had some questions for you guys, right? So did you guys in chat honestly? Did you go through and you answer those questions? Right? The questions we asked were things like, what is the one thing that would help you have a more consistent focus flow in your day? On a 1 to 10 scale, how much of your full potential are you currently realizing as your best self? Let's go, Coach Kevin. Coach Kevin he went through and did it. What's
Nice.
Yeah, let's go. Sarah's ready to go too. Good job. Both Sarahs got it done and did the homework. That's what I like to hear. Um, and so, do you experience anxiety around showing up for your day and getting things done? Do you consider yourself to be neurodivergent? How does that impact your life? Do you feel like you're working with your own nature or against it? What do you desperately need help on that would change the game for you? Taking all of this into account, what is the one thing that if you could get support on would totally change the game? And so those were the questions that we asked you.
And if you
And
didn't do it, yeah, take a moment right now and just think about where you currently are at in your life as far as how you feel, things you're getting done, and how aligned you actually are. Think about that. And where could you be at? Where could you actually get to if you had some support in an area? You know that there's a gap there, but just be real with yourself about where you're currently at and where you could go, and then what could be something that could actually help you get there. So take a moment and just think of that. Maybe put it in the chat, write it down. I just want to make sure everyone gets this. This is a super important part, because this is our opportunity. No one's doing anything wrong. We're doing everything right, actually. And this is where we get to play, is like leveling ourselves up. And that's what we're here at Evo to do, right? It's our mission. So this is really important to get these details.
so if you want to write in chat, where are you at right now with your potential? Right? Like, are you operating at a 2? Are you operating at a 3? Where are you? Because again, and don't be discouraged by that number, because the lower that number is, the more you have to grow. And that's also something that's really important too, is the way I like to think about it is green and growing, right? Versus ripe and rotten. Is if you are a lot lower, and again, I'm seeing some threes, I'm seeing a 6, and so 4 or 5,
Yep.
right? So it's
Yeah,
like I get that, and it was really interesting.
average,
We did a
normal.
I'm seeing some individuals in here that were part of our like I'll call it like our alpha group. They got to do a harmony quiz, and our average response on that was I think our average harmony score out of 100 was like a 45 just across the board, and that's why we're like, oh dang, we need to step it up. Like this is not working. We need to level this up. Right. Yeah. So Sarah was in our alpha group. She had a harmony score of 6 out of 100. So yeah, no, we gotta step that up. And so what was cool with that alpha group was we discovered some really interesting community findings. And I'm seeing them come right here, right? Which is people really needed help with accountability, they needed help with focus, and they needed help with alignment. And so again, reminding you guys, we're in step one. We're going to get to, each of these things and how we can use AI to elevate these individual, take it weaknesses or areas of improvement. But going back to step one, which is how has nature wired you? And that's what Evo is all about. If we can understand you and what's not working, right, then we can amplify what is and isn't. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit more in step two. Because if you're not, what happens when you're not aligned, Chad? What happens?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're not aligned, obviously, it's like you're just playing somebody else's game and you are completely off. So it's like you're the resistance, you have like a natural contraction, a natural resistance, natural distraction. It's like the opposite, the opposite of flow. And so I think that's, when you look at focus, accountability, we've heard those words a million times, and whether you use AI or not, we have to be better at those, right? We have to focus on the right things to get things done. We have to have some type of accountability to ourselves. When we say our word is our bond, we have to follow through, or we have to be really intelligent about, okay, when I got those tasks done last time, what did I do? What is my pattern? Like what is the actual way that I got that stuff done? Maybe I tell a friend, maybe I put stakes to it, but this is sort of like working with ourselves and with our own wiring, and then obviously our own pattern of success. Because if we don't do that in this distracted world of all these
Oh
things,
no.
it's so easy, like what Tom is saying, to get thrown off. And no wonder everyone's a 4 to a
Yeah.
6.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody is, because we're in a battlefield every day. We're waking up, bam, bam, getting shot at. It's like it's a whole situation to align with your day, create your life with each day, and find your own feedback loop so you can
Hmm.
actually improve. So that's something we have to do regardless. And I know everyone on this call, we realize that, but it's an important piece to realize just for productivity in general.
Totally, because as Chad's saying, the future is alignment, right? That is what the future looks like, even with AI, right? And so we need to set this really solid. If we don't set a solid foundation, then it's all going to crumble. And so all the tips, tricks, and strategies aren't going to save anything, right? You'll just get more burnt out, more overwhelmed. And so we got to make sure that we're aligned first. And that's what we call flow, right? Is when you're aligned and you get results, that's called flow. Even when you're not aligned and you get results, I call that stress. It's really, again, important to get that alignment. And so we've already started talking about this, which is the old way versus the new way, right? Old way is like punching in, being on somebody else's clock, like Chad was saying. New way is owning yourself, right? And that's what AI does, is it gives you the power, the opportunities like Jarvis, right? To follow your passion, build a company, get support when you didn't have it, have somebody to talk to that can get you unstuck. It's so, so cool.
And the way I look at the old way, new way too, is like the old way is what I just talked about, which is you have to take the driver's seat. You have to manage yourself and know the right focus. How are you going to get things done? How is too many things too many things? What did you do last time? Like it's a lot of work to set yourself up efficiently and effectively. And you're on the battlefield, which is why it's so hard for most people. That is the old way, and it does take work. You can get better at it. I have throughout my career. I'm sure you have as well. We have more things going on, but I bet you're more efficient and productive because we get more done now. We're moving
Yep.
faster. But the new way doesn't have so much demand on you, and it's more of a system that you can lean into, right? It works with you to help you with those main KPIs, getting to know you, making sure you're accountable, making sure, and that is kind of where we're going into right now, that I see. And that's where people are able to jump on that new way, get faster, better results, more alignment, and you can kind of see the trajectory that's going to happen. Not to say the old way is bad. We've had to do it forever, but it's becoming a lot more taxing. You can probably feel, I know I can, just managing my own life. It's like, wow, it's a lot of work at times.
Yep. Yeah. Well said. And so that's a perfect segue into step two, which is amplifying our strengths and counteracting weaknesses. We can use AI for that. So we're going to go through each of the brain types. So in chat, list your brain type. I'm an alchemist. Chad, you are a.
Or
Yeah, I got my Evo Planner right here, my Alchemist Evo Planner, rocking this bad boy.
closer to
Yeah,
that's
yours
cool.
yours is like right behind you, right? Right.
I am.
Um, Woo! And then everybody does also can have secondary brain types, and so this is really important. Even if it's not your brain type, these are also just really great ways to use AI. And again, may be important to you if it's your secondary brain type. So first we have thriving as an explorer. So explorers, of course, have the strength of innate curiosity and adaptability, right? But they can easily get distracted and might juggle too many tasks, right? Right. Raise your hand if you're an explorer and you struggle with that, right? And so even as an alchemist myself, I can look at these things and I can go, oh yeah, also guilty. And so how can we use AI to amplify your strength? So first is make learning easy, quick, and get digestible summaries and have fun conversations. So what you can do is you can, again, using AI, you can chat with your AI. And again, we're going to give you some really cool AI tools, like which AI tool to use. But if you have ChatGPT now or any of those, that's great. You could start doing this immediately, right? And start looking at, okay, cool. How can I, like, what do I need to learn? And start asking, your AI companion to help you better understand something. And so maybe there's a topic that you're working on. You can ask for quick summaries. That's a really, really, really great way to do that. And then AI counteraction is automating routine tasks, allowing you to dive into new explorations without missing deadlines. And so that's a really great way to do that is for example, if you had a task list and you go, okay, AI can do that, AI can't do that, AI can do that, AI can do that, AI can do that, and learning to delegate. Like so many of us, myself included, struggle reaching out for help. And now you have an AI that is not going to have any sort of social responsibility over you for asking for help. So, especially I know for neurodivergent individuals, which is a subject that's really, really near and dear to my heart. My wife has autism. Asking for help from somebody comes with a whole complex set of issues, more so than just asking for help. And so that's what AI is here for. And so, really leaning into AI to do that is a great way for an explorer to thrive. Moving into the architect. So strength is planning, creating solid structures. Weaknesses, which we all know, we all need our architects in our lives. We need them so badly to get stuff done. And they're awesome. Weaknesses, resisting change and feeling uncomfortable with uncertainty, right? It can be really, really challenging. And so AI amplification is having a buddy to help you quickly create massive spreadsheets and analyzing data. So it's really cool. You can again use you can use AI to do that. And the AI counteraction is to simulate outcomes of various plans to encourage flexibility. So if you notice, if you're an architect and you're noticing you're getting stuck or you just want to do one thing one way, you can ask your AI to simulate other potential outcomes and to walk through what could potentially happen. And that would be huge because that'll help unblock both the idea side of things as well as the doing side of things, which is so important. Next, we have thriving as an alchemist. That's me. Alchemists, of course, raise their hand. So strength is innovative thinking, the ability to understand and teach complex systems, which is kind of what we're doing here today, which is exciting. And the weakness is starting many projects but struggling to finish them. And so on the AI amplification side is turning learnings into shareable content like blogs, emails, and social posts. And so that's awesome. And again, this is great for everybody. I could take this webinar that we're doing right now, use an AI to transcribe it, take that transcription, put that into another AI, and use that to break that down into social media posts, Twitter, quotes, things like that. If I said anything that was really impactful, I can do a ton of really cool stuff where you take a piece of content and turn a piece of content into 10 pieces of content. And really, at the end of the day, it comes down to your imagination. So what you can ask for, it can do, which is really exciting. Finally, you have AI counteraction. If, for example, need to make a webinar, why don't we break that into milestones, that larger milestone into smaller tasks, and create reminders to ensure the project is actually getting completed, right? Oh, I need to do the webinar. Okay, I need to make the slides. I need to write the content. First, I write the outline, then I write the content for each slide, then I go design each slide individually. Breaking it down into much smaller pieces, especially for an alchemist, can really, really help. Finally, we have the Oracle. The strength is deep insight and intuition. The weakness is overthinking and analysis paralysis. And of course, we can all be there. So AI amplification is asking questions for clarity and to aid in insight discovery. So as you're digging in, you already have those deep insights. You can ask your AI companion to, ask you more questions to get better clarity and to better flesh out those powerful insights so you can then turn them into actionable steps, which gets into our AI counteraction, which is assisting in decision making by presenting clear options, pros and cons, and data to move forward. That's the issue, is moving forward. And so with that, you're able to, again, you can ask your AI companion to make that happen. Kira's like, why do I feel like I'm all of these equally, right? I feel so called out right now, and I get it. Like, we all have strengths and weaknesses, and to a degree, we all do. These all are reflected in ourselves, and our brain type is just the one that we're most aligned with, and so we can take all of these tools that I just shared and apply them in our lives immediately. Okay. Let's get into step 3, consistent daily routine. Chad, why is that so important to developing superpowers? And how does that relate to AI?
Yeah, it's actually really, really important because, and I forget the number. I know Alchemist just actually shared something with me about this, where it showed that like they like did a study, and it was like 97% of the people, that were doing the routine, did all the actions and like were a certain level of consistency. When you do the routine, it's like, for me, I created a little routine of a few things, and I was like, okay, I just need to do that. You get into a habit, you don't fight yourself, right? You get up, the habit takes over. It's like, this is the system, like what AI is, a system to help you actually move forward, and you don't have to work so hard on yourself. It's like the morning when you wake up, or at night, you roll into your system. It's unconscious, you don't have to work, and now you're starting to get results. Now you're really starting to tap into your own potential, so it's really important.
Yep. Caitlin's saying routines cost less mental energy, which
Exactly.
absolutely. Because that's the thing. It's like something as simple as deciding where you want to eat tonight can actually be really hard. And we like
Decision
it can be
fatigue.
it can be
It's
very,
real.
where decision fatigue is real. And so yeah, so being able to have something that's there, it's present, it can support you. So you're not starting from 0 every day, right? You're starting at 60 and you can get to 100. So yeah, it's so important. And so it sounds like, okay, it's like, wait, how does creating a consistent daily routine give me AI superpowers? Well, it's twofold. One is AI can support you in doing that, which we're going to talk about in just a second. And two is, if again, it's about creating this foundation. If you're not doing these like basic things, like and they're not, and I say basic not to say that they're easy, because they can be very challenging and really hard. But they are the like base level. They are the foundation on which you can build off of and experience those superpowers. Step number 4 is personalized accountability. So I don't know if everybody knows this, but Elon, when Tesla was having its meteoric rise in popularity, now I was just in LA, and like Tesla's everywhere. They're everywhere. Oh my goodness. And what he did was, in order to set some accountability for himself, what he set these really challenging milestones and said, I don't get paid at all unless I hit these really challenging milestones. And what's interesting about that is there's the accountability part of that, which is really cool, because it's like, okay, cool, yes, cash to not cash accountability. But there's something more there, and that's really understanding why he's doing that, and the personalized side of the accountability. Is this accountability works for him, that specific one, because he realizes that it's important to him personally because he wants to accomplish big things. And so it's a lot, the accountability, exactly what that is aligned with who he is. And so if you just have, accountability for the sake of accountability, you'll notice yourself ignoring the notifications, not doing it. He's clear on his why, he's clear on who he is, and he's creating accountability around that. And so again, accountability is about being personalized. It's not about being like a nose to the grindstone, right? If you're an explorer and you're treating yourself like an alchemist, and you're holding yourself to the accountability of an alchemist, or an architect, you're going to have a bad time. And so that's the idea, is holding yourself accountable to the things that matter for you. And so as we started in step 1, we're now moving to step 4. We know what we want, who we are, and now we can hold ourselves accountable to that, because we all been there, where we're just holding our nose to the grindstone for the sake of holding our nose to the grindstone, and that sucks. That sucks. That's where you get stressed out and burnt out, and it's not good.
And this accountability piece in your own life is so important because it's like we need to leverage. Usually, it's telling a friend or family or, like there is some type of accountability. I've done it with my friends, my high level groups, and we put stakes on the table because at the end of the day, you got to like what Tom is saying. You have to personalize it to what you care about. That'll make sure you go through.
Hmm.
Because we all have a reason of something we would do no matter what. We'd lose 30 pounds or gain muscle or become better in something if we did this. Like it's 100%, right? If someone was gonna hurt someone that you cared about, like you're like, okay, I'll walk 50 miles to get to my friend. I'll do, like, it's just a matter of what is the leverage and how are you accountable. And that's the piece AI can help you with. But even without AI, you can do that in your own right now, thinking through, okay, what actually gets me to move the needle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's so cool. That's why I love the Evo Planner so much, is even not using like if I wasn't using the app or anything like that, the Evo Planner, even just by itself, is just
Yeah.
such a powerful tool to keep you to stay on track of that, which is a really, really cool transition into identifying patterns.
Yes.
And so, Chad, you were digging into this earlier, so I want to bring bring that back and
Yeah.
let you keep going, talking about how important it is, because I've learned so much from you when it comes to behaviors and pattern learning.
Yeah. 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 Amazing. I mean, this is the thing, honestly, that pumps me so up because we all know this. Every day, we are literally leaving these breadcrumbs of data around, right? And I've known this forever, being ADHD, having challenged learning in school, not feeling smart. And like I've struggled, for a large part of my life with this. But I always knew there's a part of me that's like, well, I have these beliefs, I have these things I'm doing. Like, there's got to be a better way. I'm leaving behind all these patterns. If I could just have somebody sit with me and watch me and like see, they could create a plan and they could be there with me to be like, oh, well, dude, you do lunch after lunch, you do your math and you get way better after you go for a walk and then you sit down and you ask this question and there is my own unique pan. So it's like we have this opportunity now to finally not just have to rely on ourselves, but we get to actually look at what are these patterns that we're doing because we are just creatures of pattern and habit, right? So how do I see my patterns and create better habits to create better patterns? And so that's the thing that excites me because that's how you actually change. That's how you shift. That's why morning routine is so important because you're actually, creating new habits and new routines that support yourself. And so, this is where I get so excited because AI can grab that data, AI can sit down with you, AI can help you find your own plan to unlock your potential, which I believe you've been leaving breadcrumbs around every day for your whole life. And so that's why I'm super excited about identifying patterns.
Yeah, because honestly, like this technology just didn't exist before. In the old version of the app, for anybody who used it while it was available, it's fantastic, and you're able to track your flow score and everything else. But actually getting the
Yeah.
deep dive from AI, being able to identify those patterns, be able to analyze even how you're talking to yourself, these different patterns from what you're doing to how you're talking, that technology just didn't exist a year ago, really, like, or 2 years ago, which is crazy. And that's why we're so excited. And so that's where we're getting into step number 6, which is picking your tools. And so um, this is really, really, really important because there are a ton of tools on the market right now. You had, ChatGPT, Bard, Bing, Jasper. There's a ton of apps out there that are can do a lot of the things that you hear about when it comes to AI, which is, oh, help me write an email or something like that. But the problem is for Evo, we were looking at these and we're like, okay, we love AI, we want to do this, but none of these, not one of them is doing the things that we want. Maybe they're doing one thing, right? They're doing this, they're helping us get things done, right? We can use ChatGPT to, write an email for us. Or maybe we can use it to journal and then get some feedback on the journaling, or do some of the prompts that I mentioned earlier. But there was a whole bunch of other things that we needed that ChatGPT can't do. And so that's things like accountability. ChatGPT definitely cannot do that. Doesn't even know what time of the day it is. Like, go ahead, go ask ChatGPT what time is it. Can't tell you. It has no idea. Focus is a big one. It getting to know me, getting to understand who I am, helping me establish and maintain a daily routine, suggesting things for my daily routine that align with who I am and who I want to be, identifying the patterns like Chad was talking about, helping me problem solve, brainstorm, having like again somebody to work with that also again knows who I am, has that memory and that history of previous conversations, and then ultimately has prompts made for me. There's tons of prompt libraries out there. You can pay for, 10,000 prompts, but all you're going to do is be buried under 10,000 prompts. That's not going to help you. That's just going to make your life more challenging and more difficult. And so, I'll talk in a minute about a really cool solution to that. But I wanted prompts that were based on the specific task that I was doing today. If I'm building this webinar, I want to know like if there's a prompt out there to help me do that, or if there's ways to do what I'm doing today better, I want to know about it. Right. And searching through thousands of prompts is not the way. This is not the way. So excited. I see that there's some alpha members on here, so some of you already know what we're about to reveal. But this is what we've been working on, and we're so excited to share with you guys today, which is our AI actually. So we're like, they're not doing it, so we're doing it. We are not letting you guys get left behind, and we're going to give everybody superpowers. So I want to introduce you guys to Ellie.
Bum-ba-da-bum.
Ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah, give me that drum roll, right? Your lifelike executive assistant meets personalized accountability coach in your pocket. So Ellie is awesome. She's really, really, really cool. I cannot wait to show you guys who she is, what she does, and I'm going to show you some stuff right now about Ellie. So first things first, Ellie gets to know you, right? She gets to know your brain type as you. Thank you, everybody in chat's giving me drum roll emojis. So really, really appreciate it, guys. And so yeah, so Ellie gets to know you. As you continue to work with Ellie, as you continue to plan with Ellie, she gets to learn who you are. And so as you do that, again, she gets to know more than just your brain type. She gets to know you, which is so cool. Second is she's there to help you plan your day. And so if you've got an Evo planner, that's amazing. You like use that. The way that I like to do it sometimes is I'll do my initial planning on my Evo planner, and then I'll go in and use Ellie to help me, get everything together and like review what I just did, which is awesome. And so she'll go through, she knows the right questions for you based on who you are and your unique brain type. And so she'll help you go through and she'll plan your day, which is awesome. But now is where the like even cooler stuff comes into play. Is then the plan then becomes focused action. And so you just talk to her normally like you would a friend explaining what you're doing today, and she'll translate that into focus timers and individual tasks that you can go through and knock out and complete, which is so, so cool. And as you're doing that, you're going to get two things. So one is and the alpha hasn't seen this yet, which is really exciting. Is of course the Ask Ellie Anything. Here I'm asking Ellie to give me an idea for a Halloween themed movie marathon with some snacks. And so she's suggesting things like Hocus Pocus with witch's brew, green punch, things like that. And so again, I can ask anything. And so if one of my tasks was to, prepare a Halloween date night for my wife and I, these are cool things that Ellie can help you do. But what's even more exciting is we're going to be launching this, and I don't have an example to show you guys on screen right now, is a prompt community alongside this. So Ellie will be able to suggest, remember I was talking about wanting specific prompts. Ellie will suggest specific prompts based on the tasks that you have. So again, if I wanted to plan a date night for my wife, she can help you work through that from a perspective of what's holding you back? Why aren't you doing that? Why are you procrastinating? Right? Like what's keeping you stuck, right? Is it if you have ADHD and you've heard of the wall of awful, right? Why are you stuck behind the wall of awful? How can we get over that together? So there's the unstuck side of prompts, and then there's the actual just do the task side of prompts where Ellie can just do it for you or help you brainstorm it, which is so, so, so exciting. And then finally, Ellie, of course, can learn your patterns. And so I'm going to bring this over here and I can show you how that works, which is really exciting. And so I've planned my day. I've come in and checked in to see, okay, Ellie is able to look at not only what I did, because she can see my focus timers, right? So she's holding me accountable. I'm not just doing a Pomodoro for the sake of doing a Pomodoro. She can see like, oh, that one task you said was going to only take you an hour. It took you much longer. And so I'll walk through this. So she's able to, once we fully integrate all the API integrations, she'll be able to look at things like your screen time, right? And see like, oh, look at this. This is pretty impressive. You're able to stay off of social media during your focus time. This is showing that you did a really good job, right? Congrats on meeting your steps goal. So she's able to see that. She's able to see things from other apps that you've given her access to. Um, she's able to see that, oh, like I wasn't really taking breaks, right? I wasn't pausing my focus timer. She saw that I was just running it all the way through. So one thing to work on is to incorporate more breaks into my day. So as an alchemist, these breaks can give your mind the necessary downtime to synthesize information, making your work periods more productive. I recommend 25-minute work periods followed by 5-minute breaks with a longer break after each 4 cycles. So she's now able to integrate that into my daily routine, which is really, really exciting. And then again, she's congratulating me on all the tasks that I completed, which is awesome. And then she can add tasks from this day that maybe I didn't get done. She can add it to tomorrow, and I'm able to then realize that, yep, I definitely bit off more than I can chew. I wasn't. They took me much longer than expected, and so let's get those done tomorrow. And so, yeah, so again, she can see, Thomas, I see that you're experiencing a common pattern, especially for alchemists like you who are continually bubbling with ideas and possibilities. It's easy to understand the time, effort, each task requires when you're excited about many things. Learning to bite off more than you can chew. Uh, so I'm biting off more than I can chew. This pattern can be quite draining and counterproductive. It can lead to feelings of overwhelm, stress, and even burnout if left unchecked. As an alchemist, this pattern might disrupt your flow, turning your strength of generating ideas into a challenge of not being able to execute all of them. So like, whoa, I'm getting like goosebumps, goosebumps there. So yeah, so again, she can go through and again help you overcome these things, look at other ways to alleviate that pattern, which is really, really, really exciting. And so yeah, and then at the end of the day, she's then giving me a score, a focus and flow score. I did a really good job, even though I still had that issue, and I got an 82 out of 100 on this specific day that I'm showing you guys here. And so yeah, and so we can see, uh, you know. Uh, see things. So this is actually going back, showing you guys the screen time that I mentioned earlier. And then of course, we're then able to see, our flow score, see our life score, which is really exciting, and be able to, keep track of that. So I'm being held accountable. And I
And
see
so
some great, we're good. Go ahead,
yeah, what I
Chad.
was gonna say, so in the beginning too, it's like, doing the Evo Planner, it's like the actual clarity of the right things for your flow. So there's not a million, like you can totally work with tasks on there, but this is meant to really help you do the planner and to get the clarity of the right things, get gratitude, get your brain type personalization, understand your patterns. Hey, we noticed that you got distracted for the last 5 days. So how you're not going to get distracted today? You said you did. Okay, I got that information. Thanks, Ellie. You implement it in your next day. So it's like the rate of learning coupled with the consistency and being able to lean on something that helps you is a game changer. It's a complete game changer. So it's super, super exciting.
Yeah, and so I've got two relevant questions that came in that I'll answer real quick before we move forward, even though we have a Q&A section at the end, which is, what does she say when you're not getting shit done? So that's a great question. So instead of just being like, you know, angry boss, right? Get it done. Instead, what she's going to do is she's been trained to help you understand why. So rather than just, I don't know, getting the whip out. Instead, she's focused on what's holding you back. Why aren't you doing this? Maybe this isn't even what you should be doing, right? Like,
Right.
so these are the real important questions because again, she's trained on alignment, and this Sarah's answering your question is she trained on other things like, the full elements assessment for Evo, which if you guys don't know what that is, it's really cool and really exciting. Yes, so she is trained on elements. And then, questions like your brain type harmony score, absolutely. So she's actually going to be, you already have your brain type harmony score if you were a part of our alpha group and got a chance to do that. She's actually going to be giving you your harmony score and keeping that harmony score up to date. As I was showing you guys here, right here, just by how you're interacting and moving. So rather than it being self-reported, which is great, that's a fantastic way to get data, just like it is in the Evo Planner, you can self-report your flow score. What we want is we want another layer of data, which is, okay, cool, great, report it, see what you're doing and what you're saying, and then you can then compare that to, and she can compare it to what is actually, what is actually happening. So, and seeing how you're interacting with your individual tasks, how much are you using her? If she's seeing that you had a bunch of tasks that she could have helped you with, she's going to decrease that flow score because you weren't properly delegating, so on and so forth. And so, yes, so it's really, really exciting. And so I see more questions coming in. Put those in the question and answer section, put them in chat, and we'll get to them during the Q&A section at the end. So, based on all of this, do you agree that when you plan your day, you're more effective? That's my question, everyone. Right?
Yes,
Right? Yes, absolutely. Okay.
definitely.
What would it be like if Ellie helped you get 10% more effective each day, each week, each month, each year? What would that be like? Yeah, I see chat blowing up. Thank you guys. Yeah, keep it alive, keep it in chat. And so yeah, what would that look like? Right? That would be Dr. Amanda says priceless. Absolutely. Right? What would your relationships, everything feel like if you had more time to do what you love with the people you love, right? That's why I'm doing this, right? My wife has autism. Our Sphinx cats just had babies. I want to spend time with them. So so many cute, adorable, hairless cats running around our house that I'd love to spend some time with. And so, yeah. So again, you're seeing, Kira saying less work hours, more impact. And so that's what I want to do. And so I built this, selfishly, we built this for us, right? We built this for like I want this because I wanted this. We wanted this, right? Chad wanted this. Alchemist, so you guys will get to meet eventually, wanted this. And so James wanted this. Everybody wanted this, and so that's why we built this. So, Chad, now that we know that, what do we do? What's step 7?
Yeah, step 7 is to take action. That's the definitely the one thing that you have to do no matter what, even with amazing information and all the knowledge. If you don't take action, then nothing happens. And so yeah, that this is the step, and this is the piece. Like Ellie can almost do everything, right, in a lot of ways, but she can't do everything. Like you still have to wake up every day and decide to use a tool and decide that you want to get better, decide that flow and alignment is important to you, decide that 10% each day or 1% each day compounds into a better week, a better month, a better year, a better you, a better life, all the above. I see legacy, someone said in here, totally. Like, my disconnect of like, what am I building into my legacy? I know that if I get better with my routines and, I don't burn out and I feel good about how I'm showing up, like that person that I'm becoming is going to be somebody I'm going to be proud of and that I feel, really fulfilled by. And I think at the end of the day, there's lots of equations with fulfillment, but when you show up as your best self and there isn't that massive gap when you go and you pass away in your life, you have fulfillment, you have joy, you can smile. There is no regret. And I think everybody watching this can aspire and hope for a life like that. I know I can. And so that's the next step, is taking action. And yeah, we put something together. I mean, obviously we love you guys. It's like, you're a family. So, we're really doing whatever we can to get our family involved in doing this thing before we're releasing it to everybody. And so, that's kind of where we're at right now is, whoever's on, we're really just broadcasting to our select group. And then, we're going to work together on this. This is amazing. Ellie, we've worked so hard at this, and you're a part of it. Everybody listening to this is a part of it, and we actually really need you
Yeah, we
because
do.
when we built Evo Planner, I mean, we did like 182 iterations
Yeah.
of the different brain types from you. We didn't just decide, okay, we're going to throw this thing out there. I think that's why Evo's done so well, is because it's community based and it's based on your reactions and your feedback to get better. And so the really amazing thing, exciting, is once you decide on this one and you take action, you move forward, we have a time period here where we're really creating Ellie together. So we really need your participation, and
Yep.
we're going to do whatever we can to give you rewards back, to really help you out.
Yep. And so I want to introduce you guys to Ellie's Inner Circle. So some of you guys, yes, exactly, says need some beta testers. Somebody's already, your Sarah's one step ahead of us. And so some of you I see in the comments already in Ellie's Inner Circle, which is amazing. And so if you're already in, congratulations, you're in already, and you're about to get some really cool bonuses that I don't think you guys have even seen yet. So like Coach Kevin, I think, Ellen, you guys are about to see some really, really cool bonuses that you have if you're in the alpha group. Great. You're about to get some cool stuff. And so, what is Ellie's Inner Circle? So it's an exclusive 12-month program, and the beta for Ellie begins in November. And so, 12 months focused on freedom. So what do you get? This is $275. You get Ellie beta access, which is really exciting. A year of premium. So once Ellie comes, that's not including the beta. So once Ellie comes out, you'll get a year of premium. The prices are still up in the air, but right now it's looking like it's probably going to be around $25 a month, which of course may change once we start to see how expensive everything is, because running Ellie is not cheap at all. And so you get a year of premium, and then you get a year of Evo planners shipped to you
Oh,
immediately. Like immediately, right after you sign up for Ellie's Inner Circle, you'll be able to, we'll shoot you an email. You'll let us know what your brain type is, and we'll shoot you 4 planners your way immediately, so that you can start using it. Right. So that's the thing, is like, don't even wait for Ellie. Right. So I see Ellen's got it right in front of her right now, which is awesome. Right. And so start using it. Keep track of your flow score. Use it. Just because Ellie might not be all the way out yet doesn't mean that you shouldn't use that. I know I use mine. And so if you want to be a part of this, we've got 2 really exciting bonuses for you guys, and maybe some other things that I want to share with you guys. And so if
yeah,
you want to,
this is definitely a time if you're on the edge of, like, and this is why it's so important. We say 12 months. We're going to give access to everybody in the beta before, we might not launch this until January of
right.
next year, but you're going to get access to this before everybody else, probably the beginning of November. And wow, what a time to lock in with a group of
Yeah.
people and with yourself, to use Ellie, to create Ellie for yourself. It's like you get to create your own AI
Literally,
with,
yeah. So
and so that's what's most important here. And that's why I'm excited, because I mean, truly, if you link in just even for, you get in November, the last few months of the year, you put your intention in there. You're like, I'm doing this, I'm getting better. I'm, telling my friends I'm doing this. Like, okay, how can I up level myself? So before everyone gets AI, before the new year in January, people are scrambling, like, what are my goals? And what am I going to do? You're going to be locked and loaded with Ellie in your pocket, with clarity of where you're going, who you are, what your goals are. You'll already be, shifting gears to fourth or fifth while everybody else is, trying to get
yeah.
in first. And so that's what makes it so exciting, for our group here.
Exactly. And I'm getting some questions like, how do I find out my brain type? Don't worry. Once you join Ellie's, if you don't know what your brain type is, don't worry. Once you join Ellie's Inner Circle, I'll be sending you an email, and we'll make sure that you have you discover your brain type, et cetera. There's a quiz, and I'll be able to get that over to you guys.
Does this work for everybody? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, let me know if the link
We
works.
test it. I'm going to try it myself here.
Yeah,
Sometimes
just
it's
literally grab your phone, open the photo app, and then there you go. QR code works. That's what chat's saying, which is fantastic.
yep.
Um, awesome. And I'll put the link here in chat for everyone so that you guys can get there. Awesome. Okay, now for the bonuses. Who's ready for some bonuses? Yeah, let's get some bonuses going. So, and this is for everybody that signs up today. Is one, and for everybody that's already signed up. So one is even on the site it says you can invite one friend. No, you can actually invite 2 friends to the beta. And so we'll be again in the I'll send once you sign up for Ellie's Inner Circle, I'll be sending you an email. It'll all make sense how to do that once you get that email, and you can invite friends to join you in the beta. No, they won't get the planners. No, they won't get access to Ellie for a year, but they can join you in the beta in bringing this all together. Okay, bonus number two. This is where it gets really exciting, especially the people who've already joined Ellie's Inner Circle. If you are a badass, like all these amazing people who've been here and even were part of our alpha group, if you complete the beta challenge, which you'll get to discover, we're going to pay you for being a part of the beta $100. So if you join Ellie's Inner Circle today and you complete the beta challenge, that's going to involve answering questions. That's going to involve using Ellie. That's going to involve even shooting some videos. It's a relatively simple 30-day challenge that's going to be a lot of fun that we're all doing it together. And if you follow through and you do it, we'll give you $100 for doing that if you're in Ellie's Inner Circle. So we're basically, decreasing Ellie's Inner Circle price even by $100 just by doing that. And then I think we should give them one more bonus. What do you think, Chad?
I mean, let's do it. Let's do whatever we can here to yeah, to make everybody happy. So what are you thinking?
Awesome. So one more bonus before we get to questions. And so what I'm thinking is one of the things that we found that really made me sad when we did our with our alpha group was how many people didn't share their brain type with their friends and family.
Yeah.
Because that made me really sad. Because I know in my life with my wife, she's an oracle, I'm an alchemist, and like I wouldn't say it saved our marriage, but it really helped. It helped a lot. She's able to understand like, oh, like I need to be, it was like, why are you always talking about work? Oh, I need to share my discoveries. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So she's learning about me, I'm learning about her. We're able to come together. And so when you don't have that support system, that
Yes.
sucks. It
Yes.
sucks so much.
On relationships, who you work with. It's been the biggest game changer for me is knowing people's brain type, like my family, knowing my mom, getting to know my mom in a completely different way. And the things I thought that like we didn't get along with, and like we were always like we're just different people, and it was actually just brain type. And I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, and I get to now celebrate her and her uniqueness, and we get along so much better because she knows my brain type now. And so yeah, please talk about this, no matter what, because it really helps relationships. And like what Tom is saying with accountability, well,
Oh
people are,
yeah.
so people hold you and let you go and help you with accountability or take away your accountability. And so choose wisely, but make sure you choose because people will definitely help you to get to the other side.
Hmm. Exactly. And so, and I see somebody's asking, where can you get the QR code? And if you're on your phone, not a problem. I put the link in chat. So, hopefully, Russell, you're able to get that. But yeah, so this is so important. And so we want you to be able to go through this with somebody you love and care about. And so what we're going to do, we'll add in a third bonus. I don't have a slide for it because we literally just, we were talking about this right before the webinar started, and how important that was in getting people in there. Is A, of course, you've got the ability to invite your friends to the beta so that they can go through this with you. And yes, I will repost the link. Um, and here, what I'll do is I'll make the entire store on Project Evo this so that you guys can get to it. So if you just go to store.projectevo.org, you'll get to Ellie's Inner Circle. So we'll hijack the whole website to
Hijack
make it
it.
easier. We'll hijack it to make it easier for everybody. So if you just go to store.projectevo.org, you'll be able to get to Ellie's Inner Circle. And so here's the bonus number three is if you invite a friend or multiple friends who join, and one of those friends completes the beta challenge as well, we'll give you another $100.
So this
Which
is
you,
two friends you get to invite because
hmm
again, it is, and this isn't, they're not getting free planners or anything like that, but because you're in the beta group and you're a VIP, we talked as a team this morning and we are like, how do we really get people to actually be all in and get excited? And it is your top people, right? It's like I'm constantly talking to my top people. We're holding each other accountable naturally as friends. We're really like, how's it going? It's like so having your top two people in it with you with Ellie, so you guys can learn together and act together. And at some point, we're building this thing. So at some point, we look to have, you connected in the app with your people socially so you can work back and forth with their, Ellie. So yeah, this is a big one we decided that I think will really help you guys out.
yeah, and so if you won't get $100 for each person who like so if you invite two friends and both of them do it, That's just bonus points. But if one of your two friends completes it, we'll give you
Just
another
need
hundred
one.
dollars. Just
So you
one.
can
Like
see
you
I
just
can
need
make some
one.
money on this thing. We just
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
So you can make like, what are we doing? So this is amazing.
yeah.
Because again, we don't want you guys to be left behind. And so make some money, give them money. Like, it's up to you. Do whatever you want with it, right? If you want to give it to them, to incentivize them as an accountability piece. Again, that's what this is about. We understand it's about personalized accountability, and so that's why we're even in the offer. We're eating our exact the ice cream that we're dishing out and adding that accountability right into the offer.
Yes.
So yeah, because we love and appreciate you guys and
I
want
mean,
you to be part of this.
just think about November starts. You're in it with your two favorite people. You're doing these things. You're playing with Ellie, while everybody else is getting ready for the holidays and, eating crappy food and spending too much money. You're showing up on point. Again, that 10% just a little bit better. And then your friend, because let's be real, like people either bring you up or pull you down. So your top two friends, thank God they're in it with you because you're all going in the same direction and we just get a little bit better, little like by January, I mean, you could be in a whole different level with your own potential. And the way you feel on holidays could be completely different. And that's kind of the vision that I want you guys to think about is like, who is this new you? How are they showing up? You have someone you can lean against. You're doing things differently. You're getting more done, but you feel even better. You're more clear than you've ever been. You're talking about it. And people are like, what is different about you? Like there's something I don't know,
Yeah, yeah,
your hair, and the whole time you got Ellie chilling, and you don't need to tell anybody, but you do have something up your sleeve that, that is an advantage, and it's your commitment now to say, yes, I'm doing this. I'm starting out in the beta. I'm actually giving, feedback because you're building this for you. So you're like, I'm building this for me. Maybe I want Ellie to do this. I want this to say this. And so really taking this seriously. I know we've had fun and we're joking around but our team is so dedicated to getting results for you guys and learning with you and being in the trenches to create something to get us out of the trenches. And so just really grateful for everybody here. I see everyone still listening to us. I'm just really, really grateful. And we are going to take care of you. That's why we've done these little bonuses of like, okay, well, how can we give them this piece back where they feel like they want to play full out? Because I know when you commit and you play full out, that's where you really get this transcendence, this next level of yourself. That's what it takes. You can't just half-assed something and expect results, right? So I mean, that's what Einstein said. So right at the end of the day, you can't do the same thing and expect different results. That's insanity. And so
yep.
we're setting you up to win. And yeah, we're really, really, really happy that you trust us and we trust you and we're in this together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well said, Chad. And Sarah's asking, can we invite on? And so we'll get into our Q&A section here. Is can we only invite two people? I don't need more money. I just have three people that I do life business very significantly with. Someone who's been invited to the beta, invite someone else to the beta. So two things. One, yes, absolutely, Sarah. I'm not gonna gate. We're not gonna gate, as Kira said. We're not gonna gatekeep here. Is yeah, if you do have somebody and you really do, especially since I've seen it on our webinars. If you have, one more person or something like that that you like, man, I really want to get them in here. Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, don't tell anyone. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll hook it up. And two, if they want to join, if you've got any friends or family that you want them in Ellie's inner circle, like the whole 12 months, right? They want access to the planners, they want access to Ellie, like all the above. You like, we don't have a ton of slots left, but you can share that link with those people right now. Especially if you can get them in today, and then they can then again we can pass it for like pay it on forward. They can then invite two people, so on and so forth. So and we'll do that too. As we'll if today if you've got friends or family, business partners, clients, whatever it may be that you think should be a part of this, we'll honor the bonuses, not just for you guys for being on this webinar, but for them as well. So feel free to spread the word and get that out there, and we can really, really build Ellie together. That's going to work for us. That's the goal. Okay, so let's get to these questions. So, Ellen, fantastic question. How do we, how do we indicate who these people are? Fantastic. So after this, on Monday, or let's say actually probably Tuesday, you guys will be getting an email because Tuesday's got the best open rates, etc. You guys will be getting an email that's going to go over how to join, what's going on with the beta, how to invite your friends to this. And so if you want them to join Ellie's inner circle, send them the link. If you want them to just join the beta, then basically we're going to be sharing with you then how to do that. But it'll be super easy. It'll be having them like fill out a quick, a quick type form to get them in. Dr. Amanda, I'm based in the UK and Portugal. Can you send them here? Yes, absolutely. We will get that to you. Joe answered the how do you find your brain type?
Amazing.
Um,
I love all these. You guys are
yeah.
amazing. I love all these responses and the energy.
Oh
Super, super
yeah.
high. Absolutely love it. I mean, yeah, we're all the same here. It's like, we get to create this, but again, we're looking at, we're all compadres in this. We're all family. We're all getting better together, which is why, I appreciate the seriousness of this, even though we are having fun.
Yeah.
I really do care about, you know, getting to the next level of myself. And I feel like you do as well. And so that's the respect that I have. And that's also the vulnerability that I have of, we're doing this together. So please let us know any insights, anything that you see, because it's just going to help our whole community out. Again, that's what made Evo Planner so special is the time we took and all the iterations and the questions. We did that before we launched for months and months and months and months and months. And so we're looking to do the same thing here. We're making it for you. And, I just love the community that we have. And I'm excited to see. I mean, I have no idea where Ellie's going to be in like 6 months, but
No,
I know
it's so
that
exciting.
we're going to be able to iterate and make something like absolutely incredible.
Yeah, no, we absolutely are because we have the alpha's out, and you guys will get access to when you guys join the beta, you'll get access to test flight. It's going to be awesome. You guys will be able to get in there and start using Ellie. And then we have a ton. We have a Alchemist who's a leading product. Has a whole roadmap ahead of us too with different features that we'd like to add. And so we'll be leaning on you guys to get feedback on which features to implement first, other features that we haven't even thought of yet. So on and so forth. So it's really, really exciting. So Amelia asked, I use Outlook at work to manage my time at work. Will have to manage my time in both calendars to give Ellie information needed to really help me. So that's a great question. So think of this as like an addition to your you'll have your calendar, right? This isn't really a replacement to your calendar, and it isn't really a replacement to your planner. She's an assistant. And so think of this as like your you're a task list, right? Your to-do list, and she's helping you knock those out individually. And so eventually, definitely not with the initial beta, maybe not in the first 3 months. We do want to get full integration on multiple platforms, including Outlook. But the way that I use, though I have my calendar, for example, I use Google Calendar, and so Ellie doesn't have access to my Google Calendar yet, but I use her to plan my day, start my morning routine, and then use her as like my task list. And then anytime I've got, calendar events or things like that, those are also popping up as notifications on my phone. So I use that all together. Uh, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So Sarah said, I have to tell you, the name is special. We just had to give up our sweet dog named Ellie due to our daughter's health.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And
That is a
so,
beautiful.
as a fur baby dad myself, I'm sorry that you had to do that. I know that's got to be really, really, really hard. And now Ellie, I guess, is as you're implying is living on as your assistant. So awesome, amazing. Okay, next question. Uh, okay, so Tuesday is the day to sign up and invite others. just thinking about my business retreat and my inner circle there in Italy. So, great question. So on Tuesday, you're going to be getting an email. Again, the beta is not starting until November 1st, so you have a little bit of time to make sure that everybody's getting in, and like it's getting going. And so again, I'm saying November 1st. Hopefully, going to be November 1st. It'll most likely be November. The November 1st is the date that we're shooting for right now, and so on Tuesday, you're just going to get an email to help you get onboarded, right? So we do have October to make sure that you're prepared, you're in, you understand what the challenge is, all there's any like training, et cetera, that needs to happen. That's going to happen in October, and so there's no rush. Don't worry, your retreat next week is not going to be affected. And so starting November 1st, as soon as we open up the beta to everybody, that's when the challenge will begin. And so again, you'll know about all of that. It'll all be well communicated to you this coming week.
Yes. Yeah, and we'll keep you updated with the dates. It might even be sooner than we think. Who knows? We
It's true.
get you in there.
Alcus is a madman.
He's a madman over there, just crushing things, leveraging Ellie. But I think, one thing that I can say is it starts today, right? Like you took action, you're in Ellie's circle. So, I wouldn't say, okay, I'm going to wait until the end of the month. It's like, no, no, no. This is Q4. We win the
Yeah,
game in Q4, right?
exactly.
So now it's time to take it seriously. You committed. I would really be a student of yourself, like really prepare for Ellie. What is your infrastructure? What are your routines? Are you using brain type? Is there something you can get better at? Can you be curious? But like start thinking that way because it starts now. And that's what I wish for people to come in here because if you look at clarity, well, Ellie's going to help you break down Evo so you get to do it. You're gonna have the right task. Accountability, we're gonna make sure, you've got your friends, you've got Ellie there, push notifications, saying, hey, did you do this? Did you not? Patterns, we're gonna see the So we're gonna cover a lot of it, but start tapping into how you're focusing now currently, and maybe see if you can put more energy into it. See how your accountability is. Maybe you can get some better accountability from a friend. I know for me, when I'm like cleaning up and stuff, I will call a friend. They do it vice versa. We'll clean. We'll talk about, hey, here are my tasks. Did you do it? Did you not? No or yes. It just helps. It helps that it's not just on me. And so start setting yourself up because it starts now, really, really does. So when we get rolling with Ellie, you'll already have your basic infrastructure set up.
Yeah, and so Sarah and Kira are both asking pretty much the same question, which is, Kara uses a bullet journaling system, and then Sarah uses the Evo Planner. How is the Evo Planner going to, this magical thing going to interface with the app? So, hopefully Alcus isn't going to kill me here and talk about this, but I'll tell you the technology that we're working on right now, because again, we're in this together. And so the technology, it's not available yet. And so again, it's not going to be in the beta, but one of the things that we're really, really, really working on right now is going to be handwriting to text conversion using AI. And so that's something that our team is like diligently working on right now because not only for both the Evo Planner and whatever planner you're using, we want to be able to integrate your motive style that works the best for you. And so, our vision for this versus, what's possible right now, et cetera, is two very different things. Our vision is the ability to take a picture of, your planner. So if you're keeping up with your planner, you've been using it for a year or months, going in and being able to scan those pages, and then Ellie now knows that we're able to then upload that information to Ellie. So Ellie then knows about you. That's what we're looking to do. And so it's really exciting. We've been having some bugs with it, so you didn't see it in any of the slides today. Alcus and I were literally last night going over this, and so hopefully he's not going to kill me for even bringing this up and sharing it with you guys because I don't want to disappoint you and promise you guys something that's not going to be there. But that is a feature that I know I really want. I want to be able to even take a note on a napkin, or on a whiteboard, and then be able to take it right whiteboard, Chad. I'm looking at you, and be able to upload that into Ellie. And so that is a feature that we're working towards. And the more feedback that thank you. Thanks, Sarah. Sarah believes in us. We'll get there. Thank you so much, Sarah. And so again, the more we get feedback, like again, that's what we want to also want to understand from our community and from members of Ellie's inner circle is, do you want that too? Right? Do you want to be able to do that? Do you want to be able to start writing in your, like, because for me, I want to keep up with my planner. And then when Ellie actually comes out, even if it's in 6 months, even if this feature doesn't come out for a year from now, that's okay with me because I know that I'm using this and I've got this data stored somewhere. And as soon as Ellie's able, she's going to be able to take that data and use that to even better. Because the way Ellie stands right now, she's able to identify patterns, which is fantastic. But if down the road she can get even better at doing that by taking what I'm writing down, that's going to be even more exciting. And then she can look at like longer term pattern recognition rather than, day, week, month, etc. She can look at like years of change, which is really exciting. When we get the assessment info to find out a type, just sign up. Oh, nice. Let's go, Tierney. And so you'll be
Oh,
getting, yeah, so boom, you'll be getting that you'll be getting all of that on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, you'll be getting all of that information. So Tuesday, we're going to get that. We're going to be getting shipping information if we don't already have it. We'll just make sure that everything's all buttoned up. And then you'll be getting your planners probably delivered in about a week. And so, yeah, and then we'll make sure that you're getting the planner that works best for you. Uh,
heck yeah.
so question,
I'm excited too.
or go ahead, Chad.
No, I'm seeing the excitement.
Yeah, no, it's really, really exciting. Actually started with Project Evo back in 2018, was an architect, hadn't used it for a long time. Apologies, don't apologize, Jessica, that's okay. But I'm ready to start again. Took the test recently, and now I'm in Oracle. I've done a lot of self-development, so I'm not surprised it changed, but my concern is what happens if my brain type changes again? Will Ellie be able to handle that? Absolutely, Ellie will be able to handle that, which is amazing. Yes. So yeah, you can literally almost at any time, you can have her re-quiz you, which is cool, is because like the first time you open the app, you'll be able to choose your brain type, and if you don't know, even in the onboarding, it'll give you like I don't know or let's check, and you can go through and take the quiz, which is really, 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 really cool. And so yeah, I would recommend taking the assessment again. If you haven't, I was an explorer. Like even if you go back to the crowdfunding page and scroll all the way down, you'll see me on there. I was an explorer back then, back in 2017, 2018, back on the Kickstarter Indiegogo page. But recently again, went through self-development course, really worked on myself, a lot changed, and now I'm an alchemist, which I think is really cool. So yeah, so if you're going to take it again, awesome. And so I think I just hijacked the website, so you might not be able to do that right now. And so on Tuesday we'll send you over the that test so that you can take it on Tuesday. And so if you're between now and Tuesday, like, oh no, where did the test go? How do I take it? Don't worry, you'll get the test on Tuesday along with all the other information. Next question is part of several teams that are concerned with IP. AI fears around preserving IP is a big deal. Do we have ways to engage safely with AI and IP? What about HIPAA? That is a great question, Russell. That's something that we do have a member of our team actually right now that's literally digging into that and looking at. They're actually part of another AI startup that has a bunch of questions about that. And so, yeah, we want to make sure that security is utmost concern because every that's really, really important. And then second, when it comes around IP, work, etc., want to make sure that that's super clear too. And so it's something we're working towards. I would say during the beta, it's definitely going to be something that's going to be more up in the air. But by time we look to actually physically launch the app on the App Store, etc., we'll have a much clearer answer for you. Oh, so Sarah's the replay we sent to our emails, right? My hubby had to work and missed it. Absolutely, Sarah. We will make sure that the hubby gets the replay, and and is able to be a part of this as well if he'd like to be. Um, okay. So yeah, so in terms of so Ellen asks again in terms of tracking, if I don't do my work on my phone, how does it work on my laptop or PC get tracked? So the way that it's currently designed, and again, we're going to build this together, but the way that it's currently designed is as a um basically as a tool, which it's really cool. It's like a focus timer, right? So you can have it open and use it as like a focus timer. And then as if you've got questions or something like that, you can pull Ellie up and ask questions. And so you're like working on your PC and then use your phone specifically within the app just to do that. So, but thank you for people who need to head out. I know we're well over our time. I just want to make sure that we answer these questions. Feel free to get on out of here and enjoy your Saturday. But I want to make sure that we answer all of your questions. And I think that's just about it. If you guys have any other questions, get them in now. Otherwise, we'll be looking forward to reaching out to you guys on Tuesday.
Yes, yes. Congratulations. Excited, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
woo!
go.
Let's go. Yeah, again, we're getting thanks right now. Hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you guys have a great weekend. So, awesome, everybody. And again, spread the word. Share this with friends and family to get them in now. Now is the time. So, I love you guys. Appreciate
Great
you.
weekend.
And have a fantastic weekend. And we cannot wait to see you guys on the next one.
It starts now.
It starts now.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.